Okay, look here. I want to explain to everyone about how a map works because maps are very important in this world, especially how to navigate things. It's very easy, so I want to just kind of run through some things. Here's Google Maps, and everyone I'm pretty sure is familiar with it. So let's roll over here to America because most of the people I speak English, so they'd be talking to people of English speakers. So, and I'm from here, so let's just go here. And first, I want to explain a little bit about how a map works. So, first off, we should know exactly where your four cardinal points are, which would be north, south, east, and west. Okay, so if you look at the map here, your north up here, which is the North Pole, that would be your north, and then your south, where Antarctica is at, would be your south down here, Antarctica. Okay, and then your north, your equator is here, this line that runs kind of in the middle of the world. This is called your equator, and this is basically your east and west. So the sun always rises in the east, comes here first on the east side, and then later in the afternoon it goes to this side. So same as the world, the sun goes over here on the east side and then comes over here on the west. I believe this is where, in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, is where the time actually starts, somewhere around here. So anyways, that's why it's basically one day behind or ahead, depending where you are in the world. And when the sun comes up in the east, okay, let me explain it to you a little bit easier. First off, you should really know this, because if you don't know this, you can easily get lost in the woods and then you might die. Okay, at least if you know where an approximate area to head to, which would be north, south, east, or west. So it's always good to look at a map, no matter what, anywhere you are. How you like my pirate's hat, for this conversation. Anyways, this like, let's say you're in the woods and you look at a map. Okay, let's just say, let's just go here to Okeechobee, which is in Florida. And Okeechobee is one of the biggest lakes. Let's say you're here in the woods somewhere near Okeechobee. Okay, Okeechobee's here. Let's say you want to drive to south, okay, which would be Miami. Okay, Miami's here, south. Okay, and you are going to go west around the lake. Well, once you go around the lake, you would know, hey, I'm around the lake, I'm at this point here, I need to go back south, southeast actually, to head to Miami. So this is just a way of driving, but also if you get lost, if you're running around the lake or something, and you are doing a jog, and then you get lost somehow. I'm not going to zoom in all the way here, but let's just say you're running here somewhere and you get lost somewhere. At least if you know to head west, you would run into water, or head south, you would run into water, to at least get nutrients in you so you don't dehydrate and die. It's just an example. So anyways, when you are looking at the map, the world, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. This is very easy to remember. You just remember the word we, as in two people, we. So we is W-E, west and east. And E always comes before W, okay? Very simple to remember. So the sun, which would be the E, which would come first, before it rises, before it sets, it rises. So E would be the first letter. E would be when the sun comes up, okay? W is where it sets. So just remember that. We in the north and south is very simple. If you can't remember this, then don't drive, don't even leave your house, okay? This is very simple for directions. North is pointing up, south pointing down, east is to the world, if you're looking at it from this way, to your right side, and then the west is to your left. But you're not going to remember right and left. You're going to remember where the sun comes up and where the sun goes down. You can also study this for the star system. Okay, let me explain a little bit about maps for you. First off, maps have always been around for thousands of years. I don't care what the internet says. Maps have been around for thousands and thousands of years. Why is this? Because we have pirates and people and ships and boats and everything have been traveling the oceans for thousands of years. Thousands of years. Okay? And therefore they had to know the system, and they use a system off the star system. That is at nighttime. And during the day, of course, they would use the sun. Very simple, like I say. It's just where the sun rises and where the sun goes down, okay? You know where you are in the world. And then the star system, of course, is probably a little bit more complicated. I'm not going to get into that with you. We're just going to do basic right now. And plus, many people where they live or where they are, they even know where the sun comes up. So they automatically, but you should always know where the sun is at. So that way you don't get lost. And then if you are going to study something and going to survive out at nighttime, then you should study the star system and how it's mapped out too. So when you go on a map, okay, and you click on something, you have to know the directions. That's very, very important. Your next step is going to know that how to use the map, okay? So if we want to search in here and we want to type in a city, or, and I'm not moving at this point, so it's going to kind of be a little bit more difficult. I should be doing this while I'm driving to explain it a little bit more, because a lot of people do not know how to even use the Google map or any map. Okay, I will also tell you this. Maps.me. I'm just having trouble today. Now my quick player just froze up. Anyways, I loaded up a couple of the maps here because my internet, of course, it's bad. Everywhere I go, it seems like my internet is just bad. So here you go. If you want to type in somewhere, you're going to type it on your top line here, which says California here. And then on the second line, Florida. And then you see the thing here around where I'm shooting the mouse here is the same exact icon as this, okay? So, or we can switch it like this, Florida to California. And then of course it's going to take forever to load up. But anyways, if we're going to go from Florida to California, we're going to go on I-40 West, okay? Because you're going to go west on the United States. And this would work almost, I want to explain about how the road systems work, okay? And this works primarily on almost all the roads, especially in your America. I believe they work in a lot of places like Europe and Australia and places like this also, but let's just stick with America because I know the road system the best here. And it's very easy to figure out things. You can easily go up here to your Google and you can type in this is like kick-ass facts about your road systems, okay? So and it tells you everything, what a driveway is, a circle, a channel, a park, mill, all this stuff is explainable. A freeway, a turnpike, a highway, all this is here. So let's just run through a couple A road has no special qualifiers. It connects point A to point B. A street connects buildings together, usually in a city, usually east to west, opposite of an avenue. So again, you can read all this. You can go under. I just was kind of coming here to show you that it's very easy to find. Here's another one I put. A road is anything that connects. An avenue also has trees or buildings on both sides. A lane is a narrow road. Again, you can read all this. This guy even has a YouTube channel also. Somewhere here I seen. Maybe it was at the top. Yeah, here. So you can watch this if you want. Yeah, and a new video for the Fox YouTube channel by Phil Edwards. But anyways, I'm gonna explain it all to you, so as much as I can. And when you are going on a map, okay, you have your roads, and you will have usually either 2 numbers or 3 numbers. Okay, here, like this one here is a number. It's 710 or 809. All these, or this is number, sorry, you have 1, 2, or 3 numbers. And then you'll also have letters. Your letters usually are running by the oceans. A1A. If we go over to California, it would also be, I believe, A1. Anyways, and your 3-letter numbers are generally circles or squares around the city or around a town. So this will help you generate, at least you know. If you're on a 3-letter number, you know that you're either going around the city or around the town. Okay? If they're 2 numbers or even 1 number, okay, they are even and they are odd numbers, okay, your even numbers will always, generally always, not every single time, but 98% of the time, will run from east to west, and your odd numbers will run north to south. Okay, so if you remember that, let's see here, like this is 98, so it runs east to west. Okay, east to west, but like here it's coming up to northwest. And again, this is I don't know what's going on with this, so I loaded up another one. Here's I-95, which I means interstate. I-95, 95 is an odd number, so it's going to run north and south. Okay, to just give you a hint about all this, because you need to know. So your odd numbers are always going to run, majority of the time, 98% of the time, will run north to south, and then your even numbers will run east to west. So you'll know when you're driving, if you get onto another road, or if another road, intersects or, cuts off like a Y, you'll know, hey, I'm going to start heading north, or I'm going to start heading east, or something like this. Here is also some other things I put on. And again, sorry, I don't know why my internet is working so slow today. But let me zoom out of here, and I don't even know if I can show you the directions because my internet's running way too slow. But this is your directions, your starting points. You also have all your things up here, for airplane, bicycle, walking, bus, or usually train or metros. You can type in all this in your search category also, like metro stations, and they'll pop up everywhere. Here, you if you want to learn how to read about astrology or astronomy, astronomy, it's easy. Just type in learning the maps from stars, or type in how to learn the star system. Anyway, anything. You can type anything you want in Google, and Google, I don't care what people say about, oh, you think the internet knows so much. It knows everything. Every single thing you've ever typed in will always be stored into this internet. Always. That's how the internet works. If you don't know how the internet works, YouTube it and watch and learn how the internet works. Okay? You can never ever get rid of anything that you put in on this system. It's impossible. When you want to learn something, you just type it in Google and you study it. There's no difference of reading a book or reading Google or reading the newspaper, because everything that I just mentioned is on Google. Even my words that I'm talking about right now will soon be on Google, because once I download it onto YouTube, it will never ever be deleted. That's just how the internet works. So I really am kind of getting annoyed over my internet problems right now, and I really want to kind of explain to you more about maps. But at least now you got the gist of it. You know where east rises. I mean, where east is at, because the sun rises in the east. When the sun goes down, that's the west. So we, remember, is WE, and then north and south. So you basically know your cardinal points. If you want to say you want to go northeast, then you would point north and then east, where the sun rises. Okay? When it's high noon, the sun sits in the middle. So it's kind of hard to tell where east and west is when the sun is in the middle. But if you wake up early enough, like you should, to start your day, then you'll know exactly where the sun is at. Unless it's super raining or storming. But, you know, we also have a thing called a compass, and any phone can have it. You just download an app called Compass, and you'll automatically have this mysterious thing where it says that this is the east and west and north. Okay, it's very easy to read. I would also do this for you, but it's probably gonna slow up too. So I'm very not happy with the internet here. It's working way too slow. I can't hardly do anything, but at least you get your points of how the maps work. When you're looking at a map on your phone, this I kind of need to explain to you about if I'm moving, and maybe I'll do this later, see how many people I get with likes and stuff with right now, because you know, anymore I'm just sick and tired of helping people out, or trying to, because no one even bothers to help me out. But regardless of it, I do just want to get these points across, because it's so irritating of how people don't even know where east, west, north, and south is. And I kind of wanted to just explain a little bit of how the road systems work. And then it's so easy to find out all this information. So please look it up. Take care now. Bye-bye then.